So I've got a bunch of old handled punches, cutters, and the like. I want to repurpose this one for making a better slot punch for opening hammer eyes. I need to thank two guys for their recent, very generous donations to the channel. They are Henry Bjoin and William Bolin. I don't take for granted anyone who uses their time and or money to support my channel. So, thanks a lot, fellas. I've got this crazy tong that holds this well. It's a variation of my RA tong, but definitely not as nice. Well, this steel is either H13 or D2. Very, very hard. Getting nowhere fast with this method. I switched to my straight peen hammer and use it over this convex face, and now I'm really making progress. I would say one of my failings in this craft is my lack of using a peen hammer, either a cross peen or a straight peen, as well as my lack of using an anvil horn. What I'm shooting for is to make a concave taper on each side and draw it out to be almost 1 inch wide. You might remember this hammer from a previous video. It's the water tower hammer that I saved and refurbished. It works really well. I move on to my rounding hammer to do some finish work. I wind up with this punch made from 19mm being about 7/8 inch wide, not quite 1 inch. I've experimented a lot lately with this chisel or that punch, with this edge or that taper, and I just want to try to open up hammer eyes a little bit more easily. I have a good feeling about this one. I've had this in my head for a while. I was hoping to use 1 inch stock, but I'll start on this piece that I said is 19mm, and let's see how it works. So I've come to one conclusion, that a slot punch would be better for me than a slitter, or something that comes to a fine taper. I'd rather have a little bit of thickness on the edge, such as a slot punch would have. When I use a chisel or a slitter, I always wind up having to remove a little bit of material from one cheek or the other anyway. A slot punch's edge should hold up better, and the concave taper should get less stuck within the hole. So here's another piece of that YK30 steel. I'll try this slot punch, see how it goes. Originally I was going to use this old slitter to make this tool. That's actually 25mm. I also have this piece of H13, and this is 1 1/8", I think. But I figured I'd start small and work up from there. So I just take it nice and easy for the first heat to establish my slots on either side. So this is a sneak peek at my new and improved forge setup. I'm actually planning to do a live stream in about a day and a half from me posting this video, and I'll go into more depth about this setup during that live stream. I'm making really good progress. Just one heat and I feel like I've gone pretty far. So at this point I've taken a few more heats and it's worked really well. I do have to admit that I did redress it one time though. I got stuck in the hole a little bit longer on one heat, but otherwise this has worked really well. So I've just about expelled that slot slug, and it's taken me maybe half the heats than what it took the last time when I used that chisel. This is a big improvement. I think I probably could have reheat treated this piece, but since it's air hardening steel, I figured it wouldn't need it, but it probably wouldn't have hurt. Also, if it didn't have a hole in it, it might be a little bit better, and if I make one out of 25mm, that should be even better still. One other thought I have is to maybe make one of the slot punches out of the YK30 steel, same as this hammer. Sometimes in blacksmithing, theory and practice don't always match up. You never know unless you try. I'll catch you at the live stream.